Hey guys, and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you a brand new what if. This what if is what if Naruto was born with the chakra of Indra, Ashura, and Hagoromo. Yes, he will be born with all of their chakra, guys. And he will be raised by Minato. Yes, his father will be alive in this one. So sit back, relax, and watch how this play out of Naruto being able to wield and master such powerful, dense, dangerous chakra. How will the rest of the people and the world react to this? After all, we all know how the rest of the ninja world react when someone tremendously powerful is born. So yeah, sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy. Link in the description if you want to read it for yourself, guys. There's also a link for my other channels. I indeed have 4 of them, guys. So go ahead, check them out and enjoy. So without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this? Begin now, guys. A young boy was making his way through the forest of Konoha. He was 4 years old. He had spiky hair that reached down to his shoulders. It was blonde with a few brown strands in it. As he made his way, his name was Naruto, Uchiha Namikaze. He knew that he was different from other kids his age. While they were in the park playing ninja tag, he would think about life and death and how the different shinobi villages try to outplay one another to show who was the better by causing wars and chaos. Now, while most children who think like this should go to a hospital to have themselves checked out that their function was working correctly, Naruto knew that there was nothing wrong with his brain function. The thing is, he was not sugar-coated like the other kids away from the horrors of the shinobi world. His father usually tell him stories about the wars, and when he was growing up, his father, Minato Uchiha Namikaze, yes, Naruto was the son of the great 4th Hokage of Konoha. As Naruto was a rather smart boy for his age, although he did not like to boast about it, he knew that he would probably be the smartest one when he joined the academy for his age group. Ever since he could understand the human language, and he was able to go out on his own and enter the streets of Konoha, he would notice people glaring at him. He would often hear people whispering words like monster, demon, Kyuubi, traitor. However, he ignored them. No one ever said those things to his face, otherwise they would bring down the wrath of a pissed off Hokage and the whole Uchiha clan. Being the son of the Hokage and grandson of Madara Uchiha has its merits, I suppose. Naruto thought as he kept on walking. He was respected by the Uchiha clan. The Uchiha clan hailed strength above most things, and he had the strength of the strongest Uchiha running through his veins. Until recently, it was not a current fact to everyone that the current Hokage Minato was a Uchiha. Not just any Uchiha though, but the son of a legendary Madara Uchiha. The only ones that were aware of that fact was Jiraiya, Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze, Senju Tsunade, and the deceased 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. The Uchiha clan too were aware of the fact that Minato and Naruto lineage stemmed from Madara's. However, despite Madara being one of the biggest traitors within the village, no one could question Minato's loyalty after all these deeds in the 3rd Great Shinobi War, as he single-handedly defeated an army of shinobi, winning them the war. The Uchiha clan, who had become restless, seeing that they felt their power decreasing within the village, calming down. However, seeing that one of their own, even though he was the son of Madara Uchiha, he was still a Uchiha, was a Hokage, that allowed them to calm down somewhat. But Minato was not a power-hungry fool. He had his pride, but he was not arrogant to believe that he was invincible. Growing up as an orphan at the age of 5 in the village, Minato had been instilled with humbleness, making him humble towards certain things, which passed down into his son as well. As Naruto was walking in the forest, his thoughts drifted towards his mother, his dead mother. She was no longer with them. Her name was Kushina Uzumaki. She was from the village known as Uzu. The Uzumakis were a distant relative to the Senjus. Naruto was told that his mother passed away during the night when the monster known as the Kyuubi attacked. He was even more astonished to find out that it was the third Hokage and his father who defeated the demon fox. Although it came at a high price, the third Hokage lost his life on that night. It was during the attack that Minato was forced to reveal his Sharingan to the others, which he normally hid under advanced genjutsu. What Naruto did not know, even though he was a smart child, but he was still 4 years old, that the great beast, the Kyuubi, was sealed inside of him. The strongest out of all the 9 beasts were sealed inside of him after all. The beasts cannot be killed. They were purely made out of chakra. Naruto would have to grow up an orphan if it wasn't for his Ji-chan. Naruto started to call him that. Here's in Sarutobi, is Ji-chan. As he heard the amazing stories from his father about the third Hokage, how amazing the man was. It was Sarutobi's wish that Naruto grew up with a father, and had someone to guard him away from the darkness until he was strong enough to defend himself. Naruto came to a stop as he realized he was walking, as there was not a destination in his mind. Looking around as he wondered exactly where he was as he saw several destroyed ruined stones around him. It dawned on him that he must be quite far from home, because he had no idea where he was. Oh crap, I got lost again. I should stop wandering here and there, without letting father know about it. He's not gonna be happy about this, Naruto thought, as he rubbed the back of his head, a trait he received from his father. He then noticed a gigantic tree, with strange symbol on it. Strange markings carving up, as Naruto stepped towards it. Upon arriving, Naruto realized the center symbol was the symbol of Konoha. However, he also noticed something else. On the left was the Uchiha and on the right was the Senju. As Naruto looked around as he realized there were several ruined stone buildings. As he noticed the Senju and Uchiha symbols on the trees, he saw various scrap marks and burn marks all around the area. They looked decades old. As he realized what this place was, it made him remember something. Some time ago. Flashback. A 3-year-old Naruto was being tucked under the covers by Minato. "Father," said Naruto, "I have a question." Minato reached for a chair as he sat down beside his son's bed as he smiled. "What is it, Naruto?" he said. "How was our village formed?" said Naruto. "What was in this place before Konoha was built?" Well, do you remember what I told you about my father and the first Hokage of this village?" "Yes, father. Madara Jiji and the first Hokage belonged to the 2 noble clans, the Uchihas and the Senjus, and both were the leaders of their clan when they formed an alliance, in order to form the first in the village, which is known today as Konoha." Minato nodded as he patted Naruto on the head to show what he said was correct, as Naruto puffed his chest out to show how proud he was that he knew his village history. So before Konoha was formed, it was a time where clans fought against each other to gain more land and resource for themselves. You know, during those times there were people as wealthy as the daimyos as well. And these wealthy people hired clans to do chores that their average people were not capable of. Do you understand what I said so far? Naruto nodded as Minato continued. So one clan would target the wealthy person that is using shinobi from the rival clans. So if the clan can take out that wealthy person, the other clan will lose their resources. That will bring their rival clan status down. The Uchiha and Senju clan also fought over a similar reason. The place where our village is standing today was the battlefield for many wars that were fought between those 2 clans. When the 2 clans formed an alliance, they decided to choose a place where both clans have met, whether in battle or in meeting. So, does that answer your question, Naruto? He said, giving him a smile. "Yeah, Dad, you're the best," he said, as Minato kissed his son on his forehead. "Alright, it's time for you to go to sleep," he said. In the flashback, as Naruto looked over the tree in front of him, this must have been one of the main areas of fighting between the Uchihas and Senju clan before the village was born, Naruto thought. He then noticed there was something else there. As he moved the shrub, it was writing. On this day, the Senju and Uchiha clan joined hands together to form an alliance to build a better future for the future generation to come. It was Madara's and my dream that one day we can stop the endless fighting that has plagued this world. On this very land that we stand on, our new home is going to be built. Konoha, a village built on the foundation of the will of fire. A place where the young will not have to be sent into battles, where children will have a chance to live a normal childhood, especially a home where parents will not have to bury their own children. It is my belief that one day the people of this world will pass their differences and be able to stand together as comrades and friends. That is my dream for the future. Hoshirama Senju, leader of the Senju clan. As Naruto was feeling proud, reading the words of the first Hokage, his grandfather was also mentioned in it. He felt a bit sad that he never got to meet him. His father had told him about his grandfather. Why did you have to leave me and dad alone in the village? Madara Jiji, Naruto thought. I never got to spend time with you, unlike father. Glancing upwards, Naruto noticed that the sun was about to set. As he closed his eyes, he allowed the breeze to wash over him. The cool breeze gently brushed across his face. He then tensed as he felt someone touch his shoulder. Naruto, what are you doing so deep in the forest at this time? All the concern washed away as Naruto heard the voice. As he turned, as Minato was bending down so that he would be on Naruto's eye level. Sorry father, said Naruto. I kinda got lost on the road of life. As Naruto smirked, seeing his father eye twitch. Damn you, Kakashi, Minato thought to himself. As he looked toward his son, I was concerned. I looked for you at home and I did not find you there. Next time you tell me, okay? Something could have happened to you, you know? Sorry, father. It won't happen again. I promise, said Naruto. As he looked down towards his feet, realizing how worried his father might have become. His father was the closest person to him, and he never wanted to hurt him. Come on now, said Minato, it's alright. Good thing is, you're alright. It's a father's job to worry about their children, you know? Said Minato with a smile as he ruffled Naruto's hair. Gained a toothy smile from Naruto. Let's go home now. I will make us some dinner. What do you want to have tonight? As he held Naruto's right hand and started to walk towards the village. Ramen! The 4-year-old shouted, making Minato chuckle. He got his eating habits from Kushina. Although there was many people, civilians and shinobi alike, who did not like Naruto for what he carried, there were some people that cherished him greatly, such as Kakashi Hatake, former student of Minato Namikaze who is now an Anbu agent, son of the White Fang, Sakamo Hatake, with his gravity defined here, an odd mask that was always on his face, his headband coming down to hide his Sharingan, as many people always wonder what his face looked like without the mask. Until this day it was a mystery. As for his Sharingan, it was given to him, implanted during the Third Great Shinobi War, by his former friend Obito Uchiha. There are several more agents as well, and shinobis and Anbus who have taken a liking to Naruto. There was Yuji Uzuki, and there was also Kurina Yuai, who were both students of Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. They all felt horribly when they heard of Kushina's untimely demise. Hence, they often took time to visit baby Naruto when his father was busy. Mikoto Uchiha, the matriarch of the Uchiha clan, and Fukaku Uchiha, the head of the Uchiha clan, who has been friends with Minato and Kushina since childhood, visit so often with their sons Itachi and Sasuke Uchiha, as Mikoto had taken a liking to Naruto and helped to even raise him whenever she could. And then there was Jiraiya the Sannin, the legendary Toad Sage. There was also the people at the ramen shack, Ayom and Toki, two of the nicest people Naruto could ever meet. He was first taken there on his 3rd birthday. Toki, the man that ran the store, and his teenage daughter that helped him out. They were some of the nicest people that Naruto knew. The next day, both Minato and Naruto sat under the shade of a Sakura tree at the backyard of their house as they were relaxing. Even though Minato's status as a Uchiha was revealed, he did not wish to live in the Uchiha clan. He knew that growing up in the Uchiha compound for Naruto might not be a good idea. Considering that he is the son of the Hokage and his heritage, most of the members would already have high expectations for him, and they would start to place him on a pedestal above any average child. However, Naruto living out here with him, his life would not be a part of any competition of achievements. The council members of the Uchiha clan would not try anything idiotic as long as I'm here, Minato thought, as he felt a tap. He looked down. Yes, Naruto, he said. Father, I want to become a shinobi. Oh? And why do you want to become a shinobi? Minato asks. I want to become strong like you. I want to live in a peaceful world. You told me there is so much hatred in this world that people from other villages won't talk to us properly because they think we're a threat to them. I want to change that. I want everyone to stay happy. I don't want anyone to die anymore. I don't want you to die, said Naruto. He said the last part in a whisper as he was looking down towards his feet. Minato was left speechless after hearing his son reasoning. He has witnessed a lot of things in his shinobi life, in which death of a shinobi took upper rank. He looked toward his son with a calculated gaze as he studied his posture. Naruto thought that he must have said something wrong since his father was not replying to him. As he looked up toward his father to see him, looking at him intently, he was about to say something when his father beat him to it. "Naruto," he said, "do you know why a shinobi fight? Why they kill each other?" "To protect someone close to us," said Naruto, as he remembered his father telling him that once. That is true. In this shinobi world, there is no right or wrong. Everyone fights in this world for something they think is right. Something that may seem right to you may look wrong to someone else. "Do you understand, son?" asked Minato. He could see that his son was in deep thought as he saw his facial expression. His left eyebrow was raised slightly and both of his hands were folded over his chest. "Yes, father," said Naruto. "I think I do." "You have a great dream, Naruto. You know, most kids your age would say they want to become strong for their own sake. But to become strong to protect someone else is one of the wisest traits a person can portray," said Minato with a smile. Naruto was really glad to have his father with him. He loved how he could make him feel happy all the time. "Now," said Minato, "the life of a shinobi is never easy. It's full of sacrifices, hardships, hatred, and you must do a lot of things that you yourself might feel is wrong. My sensei once told me a shinobi is one who stands firm and endures. I will teach you everything I know about being a shinobi, but in the end, it's up to you. Okay?" "Yes, father," said Naruto. "Now, can we get started, please?" Naruto asked, a bit impatient. Minato inwardly smiled as he saw that his son was happy on the prospect of becoming a shinobi. But despite how smart he may seem, he's still a kid right now. "I wish that you could be here to see him grow up, Kushina-chan," he thought to himself. As he got to his feet, "Follow me," he said. As Naruto followed his father to a small pond, a few distance away from the Sakura tree, his father sat down cross-legged. As Naruto sat down and followed what his father did. "Now listen to me closely, alright?" As Naruto nodded his head. "Today we're going to unlock your chakra in your world, essentially. Everything contains chakra, starting from humans, animals, even trees and plants. Chakra is a form of life energy, and those who run out of it eventually die. Chakra is produced in chakra coils that mainly surround and connect to each organs that produce chakra. Shinobis generate it and release it out through their bodies, through their pressure points, which are called Tengetsu points." Minato paused in between as he looked toward his son, as he was listening towards him intently. "Did you understand what I said up till now?" "Yes, father," said Naruto. Minato was about to continue, but he saw a look on his son's face. "Do you have a question?" he said. "You have a lot more chakra than normal people, right?" Naruto asked, causing Minato to nod. "Does that mean you have more points in your body?" Naruto asked. "No, Naruto. Every person has a fixed number of points, which is 361. When a person trains for years and conserve their chakra coils tend to expand, which increase that person's chakra reserves. Some people are born with more chakra and some people are born with less. People that are born in shinobi family are born with fairly larger amount of chakra than those that are born in civilian family." As Naruto nodded as he was following what his father said. "Now we will try and unlock your chakra." Naruto smiled here and that excitement was in his eyes. "Now relax your body and put both of your palms together and put them in front of your chest and close your eyes. Focus on yourself and nothing else, okay? Try and search for that warmth in your body. A pull." As Minato watches his son close his eyes and started. About 10 minutes passed with Naruto like that, as Minato wondered if he was gonna unlock it in his first try. It's incredibly rare for someone to do so, but not impossible. Naruto's breathing became light, his mind was in a perfect state of calmness. He searched deep within his body as he saw a warm, purple bluish light. As he reached out his spectral hands and grabbed onto the light, Minato was thinking across those lines when the ground cracked underneath Naruto as a violent burst of immense purple chakra erupted from his body. Minato's eyes widened as he saw the amount of damage it did to the ground as it flew around Naruto. So much and so dense and wild at such a young age. Incredible, Minato thought. The chakra output continued for a while before it slowly decreased as Naruto opened his eyes. He felt so incredible now. He could sense his father's chakra in front of him, and he was amazed at how much it was. He could also pinpoint 2 people at the east of his house. Must be those shinobis working specially for his father, he thought. "I did it, father," said Naruto, his voice sounding tired as he tried to get up. As soon as he took 2 steps forward though, His vision became hazy as he started to fall, as Minato caught him in his arms. "I'm proud of you, Naruto," he said. "You must be tired, huh?" As Naruto nodded weakly. Holding on to him, Naruto fell asleep almost immediately. "There's no doubt in my mind. You will go on to achieve great things, my son. Whatever path you shall choose in life, just know I will always be by your side, my son," he whispered to him, as he brought Naruto inside and laid him on the sofa of a living room. Looking, he saw that it was 4:30 in the afternoon. He should get some paperwork done. He will take Naruto to get some ramen in the night. As he made his way to his office inside the house. A few hours later, as Naruto stretched as he opened his eyes, he realized that he must have fallen asleep right after he awakened his chakra. As he realized he was on the couch, "Father must have put me here," he thought, as he took the blanket off himself and folded it and placed it aside. He made his way towards the kitchen to see that it was empty. He remembered that he felt the two anvus outside of his house. So he closed his eyes and tried to pinpoint his father's chakra, as he remembered how strong it was. "Ah, he's in the office room," he said to himself as he made his way. Minato was busy doing some paperwork when he heard his door open up as he looked to see his son. "Ah, Naruto." "When did you wake up?" he said. "Dad, I'm hungry," said Naruto. "Can we have dinner now?" he said immediately, rubbing the back of his head sheepishly, causing Minato to chuckle a bit. "Alright, just give me 5 minutes, okay? And we'll head to Ichiwaka Ramen." As Naruto nodded, Minato turned his gaze back towards the paperwork. So many paperwork. For the past few hours, all he did was sat on the chair and sign away the papers. Most of it was just requests made by random civilians. As he realized just thinking about it would not get it done any faster. As he went through the remaining documents to check if anything need is required attention before he summoned a clone. As he told the clone to finish the rest of the paperwork, the clone shot him a glare before he got to work. As Minato walked out of the room, "Wow, I doubt anyone ever thought about using the clones to get the work done faster," he thought to himself. Even though he could have used the Shadow Clone Jutsu to do the paperwork the entire time, he only used it when he had other important things to do. Most of the time he had to go through the paper himself in case it was an important document. As he arrived to see Naruto waiting quite impatiently, it still amused him to how much his son was obsessed with ramen. It was amongst the few things that made Naruto act his own age. "You ready to go?" he said. "Yeah, Dad," said Naruto. "Come on, let's hurry," he said. Time skip. It was a cold night in the Hidden Leaf. It was the month of November, as snow had yet to fall. The wind was rather chilly, as most civilians had already made their way home. There were still several anvus and a few shinobis walking through the streets. The clan houses were located towards the far side of the village, as the Namikaze compound was to the far east. Even though there has been several questioning to the movement of the Uchiha clan after the Kyuubi attack after some problems were raised, Minato would dissolve all of that with an absolute no. Even if Minato was not raised by the Uchiha clan, or did he abide by their laws, he was still born an Uchiha. He may not like some people in the clan, but the Uchihas were still a part of Konoha like any other clan, and he would not watch them be moved from the village integrity to be ostracized outside the village. As both Naruto and Minato made their way, as Naruto was talking a lot about the prospect of becoming a shinobi, as Minato listened to him. Naruto knew that it wouldn't be easy, but he knew that he could do it. As they arrived towards their destination, "Hokage-sama," Naruto-kun took his head. Both him and Ayam greeted Naruto and Hokage. "Toki, Ayam, how many times have I told you guys to not call me with formalities? You guys have known me for years now," said Minato towards the father and daughter. "Well, it's only the right thing to do, Hokage-sama," said Toki with a smirk. Minato sighed, knowing that it would not do any good. As Naruto climbed up on the stool, as Ayam asked, "Naruto-kun, what would you have today?" she said. "The same as always," she asked him, as Naruto nodded, as he was starting to get really hungry. "I'll have the same as well," said Minato. After a few minutes, Ayam came out with 2 steaming bowls of ramen, as both father and son said thank you for the food before they dug in. Time skip. Itachi Uchiha, a 9-year-old black-haired boy with dark eyes. He was the eldest son of the clan head. He was known as a genius within the clan, graduated at the top of his class. But what made him so special was, he awakened the Sharingan at the age of 7 years old. Many from the Uchiha clan as well as the village had great expectations for him. Even though he was subjugated to so much praise from literally everyone, he never let it got to his head. He always kept himself humble. He was kind and gentle, something which a small part of the Uchiha clan members did not like. However, they dared not say that to his face. After all, he was the clan head son. He became a genin in the age of 7, and the next year, he was promoted to Chunin at Chunin exams that were held within Kumo. He was returning from his border patrol duty when he saw the Hokage and his son walking towards their home. Seeing as he was going back home too, he decided to walk with them. He jumped down from the tree as he decided to walk towards them when Naruto came to a stop and turned. As Naruto saw him, Itachi was surprised at that. Minato himself was surprised, as he had felt the presence approaching them. However, Naruto had stopped and turned before he could say anything. A censor, Minato thought to himself. As he looked towards Itachi, he said, "Coming back from the border patrol, I presume?" "Yes, Hokage-sama. I was relieved from my duty by Shisui." Itachi replied politely, as he turned his gaze towards the young boy. "This is my son, Naruto Namikaze. I believe that you've met him before, have you not?" Minato said as he saw Itachi looking at his son. As he nodded his head, "I have seen him a few times walking around the village by himself, but not that often. Although my mother did tell me a lot about Naruto-kun." Even though Itachi and Sasuke visited Namikaze estate with their parents on many occasions, Naruto had always stayed inside his room as he read various books and several things regarding about the history of, well, the world and ninjutsu. So it was only Mikoto that went up to Naruto's room to have a talk with him, while Fukaku and his sons sat downstairs and spoke with Minato. "Hokage-sama, what is his age?" Itachi asked. Minato raised the eyebrow upon hearing the question, but he had his suspicion why he asked. He just turned 4 years old a month ago. Naruto, who was standing there, just remained quiet. He knew who Itachi was. He heard about him and he see him visit his house on several occasions already. As he heard them talking about the prodigy of the Uchiha clan, this was him, Itachi Uchiha. Itachi's eyes widened upon hearing that Naruto was 4 years old. To have such great sensory ability at 4 years of age. "I know that my chakra was kept suppressed," Itachi thought to himself. "He is quite special, Hokage-sama, to already have seen a 4-year-old boy unlock his chakra." Itachi said as he saw Naruto smile at his comment. Minato nodded as he glanced toward his son from where he was standing. "How's little Sasuke doing?" he asked. "He is doing well, Hokage-sama. In fact, he will be starting his ninja training soon." As he thought over something in his head, "Maybe I should bring Sasuke to meet Naruto-kun over at your place someday. They could become good friends with each other and possibly develop a friendly rivalry," said Itachi. Minato knew that Naruto did not have many friends his age. He would often take him to the park, but most he did was talk a few lines with other children. Minato would ask him about that on several occasions, but all Naruto said was, "I don't know, father. They all just look at me like I'm different." It made him sad knowing how his son was treated in the village by the shinobis and civilians who lost their family on that night. But there was very little that he could do to let an entire village get over the grief and loss that happened 4 years ago. Thus his face formed a smile on hearing Naruto meeting someone his own age and befriending him. "Will he also look at me differently like the other people?" It was Naruto that spoke up. Both Minato and Itachi heard the small sadness in his voice. Itachi bent down to Naruto's eye level. "No, Naruto-kun," he said. "Sasuke would not look at you that way. Also, it should not matter what others think of you. They don't know you personally, and you don't know them personally. You're special," he said. "You have a power within you that others don't. People don't understand what they don't know, and they tend to fear it. So, do not make that face," he said. As Naruto was a bit surprised to hear that, he glanced up toward his father, who smiled down towards him. As he turned towards Itachi with a small smile, "Thanks, Itachi-san," he said. Itachi got up as he glanced to see the moon position. "It's getting quite late, Hokage-sama," he said. "I should probably leave now. Apologies for keeping you occupied for so long," he said. "It's no problem, Itachi. Tell your parents to come to our house sometime too." As Naruto felt happy that he would get to meet Mikoto again, he remembered how the nice lady used to come and talk to him. Many of the books that he had now was gifted to him by her, his auntie. "Of course, Hokage-sama," said Itachi, as he then turned towards Naruto. "It was good meeting you, Naruto-kun," he said. "I will come along with Sasuke some other time to meet with you, okay?" As Naruto nodded, Itachi then disappeared in a swirl of leaf. "Whoa, that was such a cool ninja technique. Father, can you teach me that?" said Naruto. Minato smiled, seeing his son's reaction, as he just settled for nothing. And with that, they made their way towards the Namikaze estate. Time skip. Ninjutsu. Ninjutsu was an abomination created by humans to wage war. That was not what he taught the people when he was alive. That was not the purpose. He tried to bring peace. He sought to connect the people through their chakra. Hence he shared it, hoping that humankind could better understand each other. Alas, humans are such fickle beings. His own son Indra had disregarded everything that his teaching stood for, everything that he sought to protect. After he died, he hoped that his younger son Ashura could convince his brother to leave the path of darkness. That, however, could not be possible in their current life. He knew how powerful his two sons' chakra was. It could be considered near omnipotent, but nowhere near his own. He saw his two sons' chakra transmigrate into generations later. Yet again he hoped that these two could stop the feud that his sons had created, but they also failed. He knew that he shouldn't have cast his attention away from Indra, but Ashura reminded him so much of himself. His younger son's ideals were exactly like his, to bring peace through love, while Indra wanted the same thing. However, in a different way, he wanted to dominate. This world though did not need another person like his mother. It did not need her. So he decided to give his power to Ashura, the person that he knew would use it better. That was his first mistake unconsciously, embracing one while neglecting the other. He knew that his son's chakra would not rest until the feud was resolved, and hence they would transmigrate once again. And they did so over the centuries. Years later he felt it, their chakra transmigrating. However, both chakra chose one vessel. He did not know the name of the human, but he could feel that this child was a descendant of both of them. He could only see foggy images, blonde hair, blue eyes. His eyes then widened. Could he be? As he remembered the prophecy from his old friend, many years ago. He smiled knowing his friend could not be wrong. This time he knew what he had to do. He would not cast his attention away from Indra. They were both his sons and he loved them both equally. It pained him to see the generations long fight between them. It pained him to see the world so angry, so helpless. It pained him to see how his other 9 children were treated by the humans. However, he could not bring himself to hate them. Humans fear what they did not understand. He would give the world someone to put their trust in again. He would give the child what is rightfully his. And so, when the boy was born, he brought forward his Shakijo and effectively gave the boy his yin and yang chakra, which mixed with the boy's, forming chakra coils and essentially making it his own chakra. He smiled as he saw the sun and moon mark, one on each of his hands. They disappear. Once they pulsated for a second, they would be seen soon, once he reached deep within himself to pull forward on that power. He heard his eldest child, Kurama, scream as half of his chakra was ripped from him. But he could not let his eldest go down the path of hatred. He reached out, knowing that he didn't have much time as he entered the boy mindscape. He rested a hand on Kurama's head as he muttered a few words. "Help him, Kurama," he said. "This child, he's different. He's destined for greatness, the likes of which has never been seen. Guide him down a great path. Save him in his dark times and stand alongside him in his brighter ones. The child of prophecy has taken birth." Kurama smiled hearing his father's words. "So the time has come, old man. Well, no harm shall befall this boy, as long as I am here in this world," the fox said with conviction in his voice. Hagoromo knew that this time the world would change. This time the world will have its savior. Humanity will have its savior, so now he could rest. He will leave it up to the blonde. The next day, Namikaze compound, Konoha. He could feel it. He could feel everything around him, and it was mesmerizing. Naruto sat in the backyard of his compound, in a lotus position, meditating. His face was a picture of perfect calmness. His father told him this morning that meditation was necessary for a shinobi. It helped one keep calm and their head clear of stray thoughts, especially made one aware of their surroundings. As he's been sitting like this for about an hour now, the village had a calm breeze blowing through it. As his hair slowly blew with the breeze, Naruto felt at extreme peace. He could feel his surroundings. He could feel the people's emotions. He understood them. It made him happy how peaceful the village was. He could feel chakra. He could feel a chakra flowing throughout the world. In the trees, in the air. in the animals, in the lake, in his garden. It's everywhere, he thought, giddy with excitement. He never felt so wonderful before. It felt so pure, more than his own chakra. As he felt the life energy, he wanted to wrap around him as he reached out towards the life energy. He immediately felt refreshed. He felt like he exists with the world. The feeling felt omnipotent. His senses were even more heightened now. Unknown to Naruto, his entire body was blazing with chakra, a brilliant shade of purple. He was radiating so much life energy. The flowers, they were booming. The grass and trees were growing at a rapid pace. The birds were chirping. The squirrels started to surround him. The birds flying all around him. It was a brilliant sight. His chakra was so warm and welcoming that it spread over the village like a blanket, covering the people. It felt as bright as the sun. Every single people came to a stop. They did not know what it was, but they could feel it. It was so powerful, so commanding. But instead of making them fall on their knees, it made them feel rejuvenated. It was touching every part of their body, every cell in it. Minato and Kakashi, who was there in Hokage's office, felt it as well. Both of them knew who it was as they grew worried to why he was releasing so much chakra. Placing a hand on Kakashi's shoulder, the both of them vanished in a golden flash. They rushed towards the garden, and when they reached, they came to a stop, their eyes widening in shock. Naruto was creating nature around him. Minato activated Sharingan as Kakashi pulled his headband up to see what Naruto was doing. Sensei, he's pulling chakra from the nature around him, said Kakashi. He was at complete disbelief, as he couldn't believe what he was seeing. Kakashi's brain could not comprehend whether he was seeing this or not. Minato was in the same shoes. His 4-year-old son was doing something that neither Jiraiya or himself had completely mastered yet, even after years of training. Senjutsu. Yes, Naruto is using Senjutsu, Minato whispered. Naruto had felt his father and Kakashi the moment they touched down. As Naruto decided to test something while in his mind, he willed his chakra out to form into a hand and wave at them. Naruto slowly opened his eyes as the chakra flow slowly dispersed. As he looked at his father and his older brother to see their faces, he gave them a questioning look, signifying that he had an idea what he just did. As the both of them stepped forward, Naruto, what were you doing just now? Said Minato. Oh, that? I was feeling chakra, father, said Naruto. It felt so amazing. I could feel chakra everywhere. It felt like a never-ending thing. I could also feel everyone within the village, even you and big brother Kakashi. It's like I knew where everyone was, what their emotions were. I know, said Naruto as he thought about it. I felt like I could communicate with nature. Yeah, that's it. Isn't that cool? Said Naruto. In all their experiences, they never came across something like this. If someone came up and told them that a 4-year-old child could use Senjutsu, well, they would have laughed at that person. However, witnessing Naruto do that right in front of them, they found the words. It should be unbelievable, yet the proof was right in front of their eyes. As Minato got out of his stupor and bent down to Naruto's eye level. Yes, that is indeed amazing, Naruto, he said. But do you have an idea how you did it just now? Well, I was just meditating as you told me in the morning, and then I felt the chakra all around me. It felt so pure and different than my own, so I felt inclined to touch it. And when I did, I just let it enter my body. Naruto, what you were doing right now was using Senjutsu. The chakra present in nature, or the chakra that is generated through the atmosphere of the world, is called nature chakra or Senjutsu. Not everyone can do this. It's a very difficult aspect to master. Jiraiya Sama and Minato Sensei is the only one I know of that can use this, and I'm sure that even they took some time to grasp Senjutsu, said Kakashi. As Naruto's eyes widened as he understood the implication of what his big brother Kakashi was saying, as he was merely glad though that he had something more in common with his father and Jiraiya-chan as well. As Minato was looking down towards Naruto, remembering the prophecy his sensei once told him about a blue-eyed boy that will change the world, and he knew it was Naruto. After what he witnessed today, he was 100% sure. He got up from his crouch position as he motioned for Naruto to do the same as well. Come on, Naruto, he said. You must be hungry after what you just did now. As Naruto nodded vigorously as they made their way inside. Unknown to all three of them, Naruto's hands had pulsed once he was drawing that nature energy. Now he had a sun mark on his right hand and a crescent moon mark on his left hand. As the both grown-ups were left alone Kakashi turned toward his sensei. "I know," he said. Despite only seeing one of Kakashi's eye, he could tell what he was thinking. His chakra was felt by everyone within the village. No doubt there's going to be a council meeting regarding this soon. As his voice showed that he was not that happy about it. "What are you going to do, sensei? Are you going to tell them the truth? We should also inform Jiraiya-sama about this as soon as possible." "I don't know yet, Kakashi. I should discuss matters with Jiraiya-sensei and the Toad summonings before I come to any conclusion. Naruto's innate ability to use senjutsu at this age baffled me to no end. I have never seen anything like this before in my entire life," said Minato as he exhaled a deep sigh. This was a very serious matter, one that could have untold implications on the entire elemental nation. Kakashi nodded as he was right. Time skip. 2 months later. As soon as he received the message, Jiraiya had arrived within the village to speak to them about Naruto being able to use senjutsu. To say that the Toad Sannin was shocked would be a very big understatement. When he had witnessed his godson utilizing senjutsu, he just could not believe his eyes. It should not be possible, but yet, his eyes were not deceiving him. He was seeing this for real, as it made his belief stronger that his godson was the one. When they got down to teach him more about senjutsu, they saw the marks on his arm. Naruto himself didn't know what these marks were. However, he believed that the sun was a representation of his lighter chakra, and the moon represented the darker one. Upon hearing that, Minato believed that Naruto's yang chakra was represented by the sun and his yin chakra was represented by the half crescent moon. It was surprising for the two Kage level shinobis why Naruto had those marks. Every person have chakra, even civilians, and chakra is made of two halves, yin and yang. They balance each other always. So for Naruto to manifestate his yin and yang chakra in such a way, it meant that his chakra was special compared to the rest of the humans. Soon after that, Naruto was introduced to the Toad summons. He was extremely excited that he'd be able to use the same summons as his father and Jiraiya. For a few days or weeks, Naruto spent time with the Toads at Mount Miyamoku as they dive into the complexity of senjutsu. While training Naruto, it was also known that the blonde had exceptional control over his chakra. It took Naruto half an hour to get the tree walking done. It took him 1 hour to get the water walking done. Later, he was introduced to more advanced chakra control exercises such as kunai balancing, separating the different particles of sand from a mixture in less than 10 seconds. All of these were completed in less than 2 days. Tsunade Senju, one of the greatest medical ninjas this world has ever seen, her chakra control was on a completely different level. Many people aspire and dream to have control like hers, yet Naruto, a 4-year-old boy, had such great control over his chakra it was deemed to be on par with Tsunade herself. And as he grows up, it will only get better. Naruto was literally a sponge. Everything that was taught to him, he learned it immediately. It was astonishing and slightly scary. The rate that he was picking things up should not be possible. In the past 2 months, he already mastered several of the lower level techniques that were taught to him, such being the transformation, the substitution, the teleportation jutsu, the clone jutsu, the shadow clone jutsu, as the shadow clone jutsu had more practical use on the battlefield and for training as well. He was also introduced to the mystical palm technique and a few low level medical ninjutsu, seeing that he had such great control. Kakashi and Minato were hailed as some of the greatest prodigies, but seeing Naruto and the rate he was growing made them feel like he was something beyond even them. He was on his way to becoming a shinobi, which has never been seen throughout history. But despite that, Minato wanted Naruto to have a normal childhood when he can. He was not gonna throw his only son into a world of bloodshed so early, despite how strong he was. Time skip. It was a warm sunny day within Konoha, as people were going about their business. Naruto had just finished having some food at the ramen stand, as he was making his way towards the training ground for some secluded training. Minato and Kakashi had told him that he had to get his physique in shape for the taijutsu katas that he was learning from the scroll that was given to him by his father. The scroll contained the interceptor fist, the taijutsu style that was used by Madara. It relied on fast reflex, studying the opponent's moves and reacting to them in a quick span of time. While for most Uchihas, Sharingan was a main part of their movements, Naruto was taught to consider the Sharingan as an accessory tool. The Sharingan is only supposed to decipher the subtle movements and give an edge in hand-to-hand combat. But if one can do that without the Sharingan, it gives them a greater reflex in the usage of battle. Every morning Naruto wake up and did laps around the Namikaze compound, push-ups, sit-ups, and pull-ups. He then ended with 100 punch and kicks on the dummies. Once he was confident that he could do more, he started to add more. Here in the stories about Kakashi exercising training, Naruto had gotten the inspiration to do the same. However, as Naruto was making his way, he heard a girl crying. A few minutes earlier, Sakura Haruno, a 4-year-old girl, an aspiring kunoichi. Both her parents were veteran shinobis who could not pursue their ninja career after the Third Great Shinobi War. Her father, Kaisashi Haruno, was an exceptional shinobi with exceptional talent in genjutsu, while her mother, Mobuki Haruno, was a medical ninja. Ever since she has known, she loved to read books. She often went to the Konoha library and borrowed books about medical ninjutsu, shinobi life, and the history of the elemental nation from the civilian section. Being more of a book nerd, she had yet to start any physical training. Today, she was returning from borrowing books about the granddaughter of the first Hokage, Tsunade Senju, and how she revolutionized and changed the feeling of medical ninjutsu. It was a warm afternoon, so she decided to take a longer route and go through the park. However, several boys had saw her as they started to make fun of her forehead and her bright pink hair, as one of them pushed her, causing her to fall. The book that she was holding lay beside her, and her hair had become a mess. "Look at your huge forehead. It's bigger than your whole head." He laughed. What a weird girl. The other two started to join in as well as they started to laugh. Even though her forehead was something that she was self-conscious about, she tried not to let it get to her when someone made fun of her about it. So just like most of the time, she ignored him as she went to reach for the book. However, the second boy snatched it up. "General Medical Knowledge, Tsunade Senju," he read out loud. "Give me my book back," she said, her voice low. He looked at her. "So, you want to become a ninja? How would you ever come one with that big forehead of yours and such ugly pink hair? I mean, who even have pink hair? It's just weird." Her eyes became wet as she started to cry, making him throw the book at her that hit her arm. Sakura, who was down on the ground, just shrunk in on herself. As for Naruto, he was walking towards the crying when he heard it. As he saw the three boys, there was a girl, as she was holding a green book in her hand. He noticed her forehead was larger than average, but to him it was not really a problem. As he scowled as he saw the three of them, they were laughing at her and pointing. Naruto appeared in front of the girl as he had rushed forward. The three boys blinked. They were too slow to see him coming. "Oi, what do you think you're doing?" "Get away from her," said Naruto. Sakura glanced up to who spoke, as her eyes widened. The one that pushed Sakura down stepped forward, as he glared at Naruto. "Who do you think you are? You can't just boss us around. Look at that freak anyway. Ugly hair and forehead." For reasons unknown to Naruto, he felt really angry at hearing the boy call her a freak. He remembered how he felt when the villagers whisper words behind his back when he walked around. He didn't like people to feel like that, as he could feel several emotions from the girl through his negative emotion censoring. She felt scared, weak, and it made him furious. Naruto brought his hands together and created 3 clones. The boys blinked in shock as they looked around. He felt the girl hope rise as he smiled. Sakura could only watch in shock as the blonde boy in front of her performed ninjutsu so easily. "I am Naruto Namikaze. Now leave, before I make you." The 3 boys' eyes widened as they learned he was the 4th Hokage's son. They turned as they ran away as fast as they could. Naruto felt proud that he could scare them away as he turned back towards the girl. She was looking at him in shock and admiration. As he picked the book up that was near to his feet, he dusted it off and handed it back to her. As she gave him a small smile, he saw her cheeks were a bit red, as he thought she must be feeling quite hot. "Are you okay?" said Naruto. Yeah, she said, as she blushed a bit. "You know, medical ninjutsu is pretty cool. I'm learning a bit myself with my father's help." Sakura knew that not many kids found medical ninjutsu to be something that was flashy, so they did not focus on it. So it was rather surprising to hear this, as he realized he did not know her name yet. "Well, what's your name?" he said. She broke out of her daze as she realized she was staring at him. "Sakura," she said. "Sakura Haruno," as she felt her cheeks turn red before she ran back to her house. As Naruto blinked in confusion, he felt that she was feeling shy, But she was not angry or having a distasteful feeling towards him. She was just feeling incredibly shy. Shrugging his shoulders, he decided to go back home instead of more training. Time skip. A year later, as Naruto was in front of a tree in the west side of Konoha, as he was going over something in his mind, as he looked at the thick tree in front of him. If I'm correct, this should work, thought Naruto. As he closed his eyes, as he took several deep breaths, he allowed the natural energy to flow into his body. As he let it flow right through him, he willed some of it to concentrate over his hand. He started to visualize what he wanted, and certainly, a large amount of purple chakra started to gather over his hand. The chakra took the shape of a large arm around his arm, as it made Naruto smile, opening his eyes. For the past few hours he had been thinking about a taijutsu technique that could be used as a large scale attack. He had the idea in his mind, but he could not execute it that properly. He closed his own fist as a chakra arm folded into a fist as well. He then pulled his arm back and thrust it forward. What happened next made him smile at the result. When the chakra arm connected with the tree, it was blasted, as it had broke instantaneously and blasted through the clearing, crashing hard. As Naruto rubbed the back of his head with his free hand, I might need to use less chakra next time. He glanced up, it was only afternoon. As he decided to rest for a while after so much thinking and training. A few hours later, a black-haired boy was sitting up in the high tree as he was looking down at Naruto. His black onyx eyes scanned the area, looking for anything out of place. He looked up to the sky for a few seconds. It will be sunset soon. He had been ordered by the Hokage to keep an eye on his son for the entire week. This was due to several shinobis from the hidden stone still lurking around the land of fire. It was dangerous for Naruto to be alone, especially at the borders of the village. Hence Naruto was given someone to guard him, despite him being able to handle several high-level shinobis on his own. The hidden stone shinobis were another matter that had surfaced over a few months ago. Several missing ninjas from the stone had been spotted along the border of Land of Grass and Land of Fire. A few of them were killed by the Anvus as a sign of warning, yet they keep on invading the border. Even though they were portraying themselves as missing names, Minato was skeptical of them. He wouldn't put it past Oniki to do something like this, sending shinobis as missing names. To invade Konoha at the same time, you'd have excuse for deniability, saying that they were missing names. Minato and the stone never got along well with one another. They had also tried to kidnap his wife before the start of the Third Great Shinobi War for the sole purpose of the Kyuubi, despite already having two Biju for themselves. It was also in the war in the Third Great Shinobi that Minato had gotten the moniker of the Yellow Flash, defending his home against the platoons of shinobis sent from the Hidden Stone. The shinobi that was watching Naruto wondered if he was as skilled as they say he was. As he pulled out two kunais, seeing that the boy was alerted, he proceeded to throw them towards him, making sure not to aim for anything vital in case the boy wasn't that good. As the kunais hit him, but however, poof, he was gone. The shinobi felt a kunai resting against his throat as Naruto stood on the branch behind him, his kunai resting on the shinobi's throat. "Who are you?" said Naruto. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification, stay posted, and don't forget guys to go ahead and check out the other channels. Yes, I need a 4 which I post what fun every single day for you guys to enjoy. But I'm off and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.